10 hardest things in life to do. The 10 hardest things in life to do. Welcome back, everybody, to another Real Talk. I pray everybody's doing well. Of course, as we off top, give the Holy Spirit all the honor, the glory, and all praise and worship. You know, from dealing with so many people on YouTube, not just on YouTube, but in life, I had these questions I asked, and I want to share this with y'all because it's more than 10. But these are the 10 questions that I always say that's so hard for people to deal with when I sit down and talk to a lot of people. Well, I shouldn't say questions in so many ways. Let me just say 10 of the hardest things to deal with. But I ask it in a question form. Because when you start talking about death, number one, one is, matter of fact, I'm going to put these two together. Let's just say two and this one. When you watching a loved one die every day, that's not always easy to accept. Especially when the doctors done sent them home, tell you to make the family member as comfortable as you can. That's what I want to tie this in with. Watching a loved one die every day, you knowing they dying, and then letting go of their loved one when they die. This is why so many people contact the dead. They don't want to let go. And like I say, it's not easy, especially when you burying somebody very close to you, somebody that raised you like your mother, or that grandmother, grandpa, or great aunt, uncle, your dad, whoever it may be, whatever the situation may be. But watching a loved one die and then letting go, trying to move forward, is what most people I know deal with. That's hard, that they tell me. Now, this is the thing. We always pray for Yah's will to be done, right? But how many of us truly understand a lot of times that his will is for them to die so they can get to the next chapter? Now, let's keep it real by saying this. A lot of people take themselves out with the punishment that they do to their body. But I'm talking about somebody who have truly lived their life and sickness have got the best of them. They have gotten up in age, very old, and it's just their time to go. A lot of people don't want to accept the fact that when the Most High is calling that row, going down that row, it's your time next. It's your auntie time next. It's pawpaw time. It's mama time. It's cousin time. It's baby brother. It's older sister. When he calls your name, that's it. So those two things for sure. Watching a loved one die daily and letting go of their loved one, letting it go, it's hard. I remember in 1996, I lost my last grandmother, Elizabeth Dixon. And just watching her never bounce back. They sent mama home as she died in her bedroom. I never forget that. I have no grandmas left. That was my last grandmother alive, living in 1996. And I was at work when it happened, and I got the phone call. But I remember my mama saying, when her mother died, which is my grandmother, she said, Ro, when she took that last breath, she just got up out of here. It was so precious. And that's the way I want to go out. I don't want to be left alone, left around here and being a burden on somebody else while you watching me suffer. Pray for me to get out of here if it's in his will. And I mean that. And then, that's just two things. I'm going to do 10. But the next thing that I ask a lot of people, what is the other thing in life that's just so hard for you? You know, they tell me when they got to start over late in life, starting over later on, because of all the mistakes on top of mistakes. As you get older, then you got to start over from scratch. But is starting over such a bad thing? According to who you are and what you have done. And some of us going to keep starting over because of the simple fact we're just hard-headed. We don't do things in decent and order. But starting over late in life is another one that's hard for a lot of people to deal with. And that ties in with the next one, which is the fourth one. Not seeing your dreams come true. How many times I've been talking about this on here when you plan and you plan. And the Bible say we plan, but the Holy Spirit orders our steps. But a lot of times what you plan, it don't line up right. So all of a sudden now you find yourself always saying, man, it just wasn't for me, or my dreams just didn't come true. Or is it too old for it to happen? Is it so far gone as you gave up on it, or was it simply not in his will? And then what comes with that? Behind that one, number 5, most people that I know are scared to fail. Scared of failing in life. But you gotta be willing to fail in order to succeed. Y'all remember that video I did talking about my failure was my success? I love the point in life where I kept failing, because I learned every time I failed, and just because I failed didn't mean it was over with, it wasn't gonna happen. Look at how many times I failed at the keyboard, but look at me now. See, failing is a great learning experience, but you gotta have that mentality, hey, if I'm gonna fail. This is why I say I don't have a plan B, because my plan B is telling my plan A is not gonna make it. If my plan A is from the Holy Spirit, forget a plan B. That's how I operate and think. And when you fail, moving with number 6 means you start losing everything. Well, you gotta be willing to lose friends, so-called friends, naysayers, so-called family members. Man, there's so many siblings and family members at each other's neck, not forgiving. But when you look at this, are you really losing, or are you getting ready to gain? So I'm trying to put a positive spin on this. And then when you losing everything, can you be honest with yourself? That's another problem. Another hard thing for people to do is to be honest up front. Be honest with yourself. Stop living a lie. Can you be honest? Can you accept that failure that happened? Or are you walking around lying? And when you accept that honesty, can you keep smiling even when it's not so bright in your life? I ain't talking about a fake smile. I'm saying, can you really keep that real smile on your face, and that smile is just showing that you still going through it and you gonna make it through it? 2 more. The next one. Trusting in the Holy Spirit. Trusting in the Holy Spirit, which is your faith level. Your faith. Think about that. Is it small or is it great? When you put your trust in the Holy Spirit and you focus on the process, you don't have to worry about the results. They're going to be there. And finally, number 10, standing alone. A lot of people don't want to stand alone. They depend on so many people. They waiting on somebody else for the next answer. Let me tell you something. This walk with the Holy Spirit gets very lonely at times. Because there are times when the Holy Spirit is silent. You already got everybody else up against you. But there are times when the Holy Spirit is just silent and you're trying to figure out what's really going on. Well, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 teaches us there's a time to talk There's a time to remain silent. But what do you do when the Holy Spirit is silent? Or is it you so far in your sin you can't hear the Holy Spirit? Or have you gotten mad at the Holy Spirit answer when you stand alone? And I'm saying alone, but notice you are never alone when you got the Holy Spirit. But it just you may feel forsaken. Even Yahshua said, Father, Father, why have thou forsaken me? He felt forsaken, but really wasn't forsaken. Father was there all alone. See, you can feel forsaken and not be forsaken. So think about that, what I just said. You may be dealing with these 10 things or have went through 4 of them or 5 of them or have went through all of them, but think about what I'm saying. Number 1, I said, letting go of a loved one, watching your loved one die daily, knowing they're going to die, and then once again accepting the fact that they're gone. So watching the loved one die, letting go of that loved one. Number 3, starting over later in life. Number 4, not seeing your dreams make it. Number 5, being scared to fail. Number 6, losing everything. Number 7, being honest with yourself. Number 8, can you keep smiling? Number 9, are you trusting in the Holy Spirit? How's your faith level? And 10, standing alone. 10 hard things. For some of y'all might say, really, it's not that hard no more. It used to be. I'm going to give you that 10 again. Watching your loved one die daily and then letting go of their loved one when they die. I ain't talking about going back doing ancestor worship. Number 3, starting over late in life. Number 4, seeing your dreams, not seeing them, excuse me. Number 5, scared of failure. Number 6, losing everything. Number 7, honesty. Number 8, keep smiling. Number 9, trusting in the Holy Spirit. And number 10, standing alone. Which one have you had the toughest issue with? Shalom, family.